Well, we're on to the
to the
final
final.
10 minutes of this morning's broadcast, and we are now going to be talking with Noor Mohammed and Ahmad Amanji. We're talking with Ammanah Islamic Financial Solutions. A number of issues that we want to talk about. We want to talk about takaful insurance. We want to talk about investments. And also, at the end of the day, what are some of the tax-free solutions that they have on offer? So we're going to welcome both Noor Mohammed and Ahmad Amanji shortly. We've got Ahmed Amanji here already online. Ahmed, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi inayat. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, Juma Mubarak to you and welcome to the show.
And you as well, Jazakallah. Thanks for having me.
We've got Noor Mohammed on the line as well. Noor, assalamu alaikum. Noor, assalamu alaikum. Okay. Oh, no, we don't have Noor. Okay, fine. All right. Ahmed, we're going to continue with you. Now, obviously, there are three issues we want to talk about. And we want to talk about takaful insurance and also at the same time looking at some of the other issues with regard to other financial solutions. But let's talk about takaful and let's talk about takaful in an insurance sense. And just to understand that takaful product, its benefit, beyond just having a product where you insured against loss or of any asset that you may own.
Okay, well, I think the main and most important benefit of it all is that it's not conventional insurance. This is Sharia compliant insurance. We can go to sleep at night knowing that we're covered in the Sharia compliant manner. Should something happen to us, of course, our claims will be paid out interest free. When you contributing towards your insurance every single month, that money is invested in all your Sharia compliant funds in order to benefit the people of the Waqf is what it's actually called. So that would be for me, and I think for a lot of people, the most important benefit that the takaful insurance is on the Sharia platform, unlike your conventional insurance.
Yes, I think what you're saying is very, very important because I think it's a question of where that money is invested and how it is actually benefiting. Because when one looks at conventional insurance, obviously, there are other factors like, interest and all these other issues that actually play out. But I think from a takaful perspective, we're talking about a benefit of the person who has taken out the product, but also at the same time where his money is actually going.
100%. So he knows that he's covered, number one. Number two, your money is invested in the Sharia platforms. And at the same time also, I think another important thing, it's a client's niyat. So your niyyah, when taking out, that's one of the important things on the takaful side, is your niyyah is you taking out this takaful insurance and you basically donating to the Waqf for either your benefit or for anyone else that's part of this Waqf, their benefit as well. So that would be the main two reasons and benefits for your takaful insurance.
Well, Ahmed, so what we're saying, it's a form of a charity as well.
It is a form of a charity, and Brother Noor would have touched on this a bit more. But on your I3 side, you can also be rest assured that a portion of the profits of I3 takaful goes to charity.
Yes. Okay, so there are more benefits. And now looking at some of the other products, and we know in today's times, sometimes people have got money. They don't know where to put the money, but they want money. They want money on a monthly basis. They want a regular income provider. And just understanding what products you've got there, number one, but also at the same time in terms of providing a monthly income. And people are concerned, my capital, is this going to eat in my capital? Is my capital going to be safe?
So look, there's a lot of investments where you can invest and get an income every single month. Especially now, we've been seeing a lot of clients having left work because of COVID and been retrenched, maybe taking a retrenchment package, and they're now looking for something where they can get an income because they're still not at the age that they actually want to retire. It's just they've got a lump sum of money and they want to get something where they can get an income. And there's a few products, and it all depends on where the money is also coming from. So, for example, the reason why I asked this question is because you get compulsory money and you get voluntary money. So compulsory money is money that would come from your retirement annuities, money that would come from your pension and provident fund. So that's compulsory money, and there's a very limited to what we can do with that money. According to legislation, we can only take that money and purchase something called a living annuity or a life annuity. However, a life annuity for Muslims, it's not Sharia compliant, because you go and purchase bonds, and on the bond you get an interest. So the only other option is then purchasing a living annuity. And unfortunately, with a living annuity, that does eat into your capital. So you draw down, you can draw down between from 2.5 to 17.5% of your capital, but eventually after 7 8 years, you're going to be eating into your capital, and there wouldn't be anything left. We've, however, picked up there is a different investment. However, this investment requires voluntary money. So your own money, savings, maybe a sale of a property, or whatever it is that you've accumulated over your life, you can purchase this. It's a investment plan with income, and it's giving phenomenal returns. Whereas if you go into a bank and the bank says, okay, we'll give you a 2 3% of, and you can take that as an income. After 5 years, you'll get your capital back. With this one here, you're getting it. The investment yields at about 7%. So your income is much, much higher than your normal standard investments. And this one here also, it won't be eaten into your capital. Your capital is actually invested, and depending on what the markets do, your capital might grow. Your capital might also decrease slightly, but in most cases, the funds that we use, it would then increase after a 5 year period.
Well, obviously, that sounds very, very positive, Ahmed. Now, we know next week the budget speech, finance minister, and all eyes will be on taxes, taxes, taxes. And I know all of us, most of us, hate to actually pay taxes. And looking at tax-free, opportunities, particularly from a savings perspective, what sort of benefits are there? Where I've got a tax-free saving, and how would that benefit me?
So, we spoke about this in our previous interview, with regards to your tax-free benefits and your tax-free savings. And the best thing that I can mention to your listeners again would be your retirement annuity. Retirement annuity is the best way in order for us to save on tax. Like I said, you're going to be getting 27.5% back from your tax. That's number one. Number two, also look at, a lot of people come to me and say that they have to purchase things just so that they can pay less tax and show more expenses. Instead of purchasing things that's not necessary, you're allowed to put away 36,000 Rand a month, not a month, sorry, a year, for tax-free savings, and 500,000 in your lifetime. So if you've got that lump sum, take a lump sum and put it away, or else you can contribute 800 Rand a month towards a tax-free savings account. So that money is invested. You're not paying any capital gains tax on it because it's a tax-free savings, and you've got up to 500,000 that you can invest in your lifetime. So that's just another way of saving on the tax.
Yes, and obviously there is opportunity, because today I see we're on the 19th of February. Next week, Friday, many people obviously will be filing their provisional tax returns, and those who are on provisional taxes, they still have an opportunity. You got 1 week to go, and before you do your final calculations, before you know what you're going to be paying to SARS, obviously you can still take out what you're saying, these retirement annuities and some of these tax-free products that you would be able to deduct off your income, and reduce your tax liability in the process.
Yes, 100%. So if we've got a week left, if you've got any lump sum laying around that you don't have use of or anything like that, take that and put it into your retirement annuity. If you haven't reached the max as yet, take it, put it into your retirement annuity. Take it, put it into a tax-free savings investment. It's going to help you a lot when you're submitting that tax return.
Well, Ahmed, just on a lighter note, I just want to quote you what you said. If you got any lump sum laying around, like it's like under the mattress or something.
Well, let's hope it's under the mattress. Just take it. Let's not leave it under the mattress. Let's put it away for your retirement.
Well, Ahmed, Jazakallah for that, and for your time as always with us here on Salam Media. Have yourself a wonderful Jummah, inshallah, and Allah keep you safe as well.
I mean, Jazakallah, and Jazakallah for having me all the time.
Ahmed
Assalamu
Amanji
alaikum.
joining us this week. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahmed Amanji, Ammanah Islamic Financial Solutions, and just talking about some of the Sharia products that we have been, obviously, we've been talking to them over a period of time, but also there are times where we've got to constantly remind ourselves that these products are available and how they could actually benefit us, and more importantly, looking at it purely from a Sharia perspective. And with that, it's time for me to sign off. The time is just headed straight for 10 a.m. Once again, it's been wonderful being in your company on this Friday, in this last week as well. Very, very interesting interviews that we've had in the last week. And next week, going to be start of a brand new week. But also, just before we take leave of you, take special note of Tuesday, next week, Tuesday evening, between 7:30 and 9:30. We have got a webinar coming up, and this is huge. This is massive because this is the month of Rajab. We're talking about 100 years. 100 years since the fall of the Khilafah. But what has these 100 years actually meant for the Muslim Ummah in terms of being firstly without a leadership, without a Khalif, but also so much has taken place in the last 100 years as far as the Muslim Ummah is concerned. It's going to be exciting. We've got guests from right across the entire world. We're going to be having panelists look from Africa, from Palestine, from the UK, from Turkey, from the Netherlands as well. So it is a massive, massive webinar. So please take note. Next week, Tuesday, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., we will be having this webinar here on Salam Media. The time is just gone, 10 a.m. It's time for me to sign off from myself and the rest of the team here at Salam Media. We bid you well. We wish you well. You have yourself a wonderful Jummah, inshallah. And inshallah, looking forward to Monday. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.